Well, I'm back. Oh man, my hair is messed up. In preparation for a super secret project that I have going on, I'm going to be installing a super secret hitch for super secret something. In order to do that on my Tundra, I have to do a few things differently. The hitch that's on there right now is a class 3.
Wait. Now let me stop myself right there and say that I'm installing a class 4 hitch, which is rated far and above the reaches of the measly 750 pounds of the class 3 with a WD. This hitch is rated for a memeably 1,200 big ones with a weight distribution hitch.
Now, it's important to note that I've tried to do this before, although a feeble and impossible attempt to get to the conclusion that I was trying to get it to. It didn't work out. That's all I'm saying. And as you can see here, I was attempting to take out the bumper, and I stripped a couple bolts, and you know, it's whatever. It's old. It's rust. You know, rust gets in things. It oxidizes, and it makes things break, especially bolts when they're on too tight. Those are 12 mil bolts, and they were on quite firmly. Only mere minutes later, my truck is dead. And so is my soul. I have all of my tools ready to do this. Ready to do the job. These bolts up here are 17. Aha! It's moving! Gotcha. Son of a gun. Look at that. Got you too. Yikes! Massive yikes. 6-point deer. Better than 5. Oh my gosh. More leverage obviously is needed. Is it moving? I think it's moving. Now the question of the day is it stripped? Is it gonna break? Please don't break. Don't need that in my life. So here we are along the base of the hitch. Now, don't mind the janky wires. there's 3 freaking bolts, and they are attached to the hitch on the other side. And this actual metal right here is the frame. So we need to get it on the other side and do that. Did someone order a horribly overexposed omelet? Oh. This goes around your super sick exhaust, and it presses the wrong direction. Oh. This one and that one to do. I believe they're both 17 millimeter as well. I mean, I've never been wrong. Is it 19? Or is it 18? Nothing's ever 18. It's 19. Like, what kind of crappy socket is that?
Oh man, that noise there is pretty much what happened the entire time I was taking these bolts out. They're pretty, lengthy bolts, but lots of that noise. So it's a good thing that I got my built-in hearing protection. I got my earwax installed. I should be good to go. I got myself good here a little bit, so you might want to look away if you don't like the skin gouging and the excessive hemorrhaging. But really all I'm doing is taking out the trim here and the license plate and the backlights and whatnot. But you can basically see how I grab my number 2 screwdriver and I take out these backlights. There's some little tabs that hold the backlights in, and you kind of have to compress those down in order to get the backlights out. So it's a little bit of a technique. So, don't worry about it if you don't get it on the first try. Am I right? Yeah. After I get those out, I walk away from the camera. I forget about it, and I come back. Underneath this trim here is some tabs. They're little tabs, and you can take them out with some vice grips or a hammer or a vice. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, whatever you got, just stick around in there, and get this piece of trim out, because you got to do it if you want to do it. If that makes sense. Now, once the trim is out, there are some, I think they're 8 by 1.25 thread bolts that just kind of, yeah, you see them right there? I'm about to take them out. Yeah. They're 12 millimeter, so just grab your handy dandy 12 millimeter socket, and yeah, they were pretty easy. No Loctite necessary. Oh, so satisfying, isn't it? Now, safety personnel may want to look away because the combination I have going here was a little interesting, but totally needed, I swear. This bolt was tough to get out. Actually, all the bolts were tough to get out, to be honest. Now, all this is me wrenching on these 17 millimeter bolts for about 5 hours. Yeah, I actually cut out about 2 hours of this because I thought it was too boring. Go figure, really. But yeah, if you're not allergic to epilepsy, then you might end up having a seizure here, watching me both wrench on these bolts and by the flares coming through into the camera. I'm really sorry about that. But there's not much I can do now, editing it all. Alright, fine, I'll put in a little bit of music so you aren't too bored. A little ridiculous, I might say.
Number 6. Right there, number 6. No, there's nothing better than I like working with nuts and bolts. A good old swig of pine sol. You could stop. That's quite enough of that music. Okay, now back to the regular scheduled program. Some straps. And hooked it to the stock attachment points, tie downs in the bed, and it's just holding it there. Nothing else is holding it on, so I'm going to let it down. This thing's pretty heavy, so I was trying not to drop it on my toe. Crush it and everything like that. And then I realized once I had let one side down that the other side was not going to come loose, and so I was perpetually holding the right side of the bumper, so I had to address the left side, and so I just let it hang there and try to get the knot undone with the left side of the bumper. And then once I did that, that's how you do it. Just like that. Yep. No better way. No way to do it. That's what I call my specialty bumper drop. Yes. It's amazing what you'll find. Like, for instance, I found a quarter. So this here is attached to the bumper. This, I bought supports for this, replacement ones, but it looks like that these are connected to the bumper only, and I will not have to replace those, even though they're rusted, all the crap. But I need to take this plastic tab off here. So that's what I'm doing. And really the best tool for this is electrical pliers, because electricity. So I just got this to pop up here. Now I'm gonna, it's a 12. Maybe not. You know what I think would do wonders for these bolts? They're 12 millimeters, by the way. PB blaster, because 5 minutes in the PB blaster does wonders, apparently. I don't know what that is. Ha! Vice grips, maybe? Savior of the day. Heat at 350 degrees for 2 minutes. Oh yeah, look at all that. goes. I'm not even gonna work. Oh, funny. That's funny stuff right there. What a funny guy. Oh, look at that. Now this guy can be, he can be dropped in the T-rash. Probably wondering how does this here contraption bracket thing, how does it go on? How does it go on? It goes on like that. There's bolts back here. ISO 2500. Yikes. Alright, so in order to put the bumper back on, I'm gonna need a little bit of hardware that I didn't pick up. I need 5 of these, and I need 6 of these. I have no idea what they are, but like you can see, this one's this is wonky. It's a little too wonky. And I think these are grade 5 bolts. Not that it matters, because that's not doing anything except holding me, which it might need grade 8 for. Yeah, besides that, I'm gonna need a ride from somebody. No, I'm vlogging.
Oh, you a vlogger now?
Yeah, I'm a vlogger.
What's up, YouTube?
Oh, what's up, YouTube? Yeah, we're at Lowe's, and we're looking for bolts, but we couldn't find the bolts, so we didn't buy them. All right, next time is goes. Well, that man's quick. 'Tis another day. The sun has gone down and the sun has risen back up, and we resume the project. Day 2.5. A trip to Tractor Supply is in order, because Lowe's didn't have metric. After zoopity dipping, I'm trying to get my the bumper framework on here, and you can see how I screw it in from the sides and put the bumper on, and then I take the the license plate over the top, and then what is one to do except show you these bolts that I didn't actually take out of the package. I just threw them off to the side in the dumpster because raccoons eat those things, Anyway, so right on top, just like that. Did that just play twice? Little stuff like this that takes the most time. Yeah, I agree. Wait. This darn thing wouldn't thread it. Oh yeah, I torqued all these to 30 foot-pounds because it just sounded like an appropriate number for the size of the bolt. I don't know. I read that nowhere, so, do whatever you want. Yeah, definitely put the side trim on first before the middle trim, or else you're gonna have a hard time like I did. And that bump right there, you see it? Yeah, never got that out. It's still there.
Okay, so after a awkward run-up with the front register person, I'm in Tractor Supply parking lot and doing work on my truck now. Good deal. So I need 10 of these, but I could only find 9, so I guess I'm gonna just reuse one of these. Yeah, so I don't know what it was about this side, the left side, but I could not get the darn bolts to line up right. I mean, you know, I eventually got it as you do. As one bakes a cake, one puts flour in the cake. But it was too much egg to beat into the cake. I couldn't get it for like half an hour of video. You're just watching me scramble around trying to, you know, in way too fast forward. Yeah. Let's see. Universal joint on the wheel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think I got it.
I think you did. Crazy. Yeah, once those went in, it was like super easy to get the other brace bolts in. These bottom bolts on here, I only got 3 in because the other one didn't line up. What kind of crap is that? Anyway, if you still made it to this point, I really appreciate you guys watching. That's about it. This is part 1, though. I need to. It's gonna be coming out here to where you know, it's the same kind of video, I guess, but I'm installing the hitch instead. It's, you know, whatever. All right, bye.